Hi everyone, I'm Steven, and today I'm making the "Oh, for Fox's Sake" mug Doctor Strange uses in the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's jump right into it. So I started off by tracing a mug onto a thin piece of corrugated cardboard. I cut this circle out and looked for my ruler, but I couldn't find it, so I laid the mug on its side and measured how tall it was by marking a line at the top and at the bottom. I'll use this little scrap piece of cardboard as my ruler. The sides of the mug are also going to be the same thin corrugated cardboard I used for the bottom, and to figure out the circumference or how long this strip is going to be, I took a string, wrapped it around the real mug, and snipped it to length. I'll use that to figure out how long the sides are going to have to be. I measured the rectangle out on some scrap cardboard and then gently bent all along the corrugation lines to make a curve. Once it could be bent into a circle, I hot glued it onto the corrugated circle that I had cut out in step 1. Some masking tape was also really helpful in keeping it secure while the glue dried. With that dry, I took a piece of flimsy white poster board from the dollar store, measured out a rectangle to cover it up, and hot glued it onto the outside of the mug. It covers up all the bumpy corrugation and saves me some time since I don't have to paint it in white. It's a win-win. Okay, so time for the handle. I traced the handle from the real mug onto a scrap of flimsy white poster board, used a string to measure how long it was, and then cut out strips of cardboard to match the length and the width of the real handle. These strips got hot glued right onto the tracing of the handle, and I repeated gluing on layers until the tracing was filled up with cardboard. To make it smooth and white, the final visible layers were just more of that flimsy white poster board, and the overhanging ends just got trimmed up, and then I took a sharp utility knife and cut out the handle. Once it was cut out, I flipped it over and hot glued it onto more white poster board, let the glue dry and cut it out, and that's the handle. I hot glued it right onto the mug and then added some extra hot glue to help make it look a little bit less like it was stuck on and more like it was kind of blended in. This might have been a mistake, I really can't decide. I don't know if it looks messy or not, but that's what I did. Okay, so now we're in the home stretch. I made a template of the "Oh, for Fox's Sake" design, and please ignore the typo that I have up here. I fixed it for the one that I posted for you guys on my blog. But yeah, I cut out the image, flipped it over, and lightly scribbled all over the backside in pencil. The entire back should be covered in graphite, and I lightly taped it onto the mug and adjusted it so it was straight. I took a pen and traced over the entire design. If you make this, take your time and use small strokes to trace the entire design really nice and neatly. Once you're done tracing, the design can be peeled off, and see? The outline of the image is left over. It's a really easy way to transfer an image onto something. So since that was done, I moved right into painting. I used dark orange, a little orange spice, and white craft paint. The orange spice paint actually wasn't even really needed. Dark orange did the trick and looked fine. But yeah, I mixed all three together to get a very, very light shade of paint to paint on the ears, nose, stomach, and the tip of the tail. The rest of the body got painted in dark orange, and his little legs, I used just a little bit of brown craft paint. The letters, nose, and eyes were drawn on in a black Sharpie, and I went slow and did 2 coats of paint and everything. And if you do this, be careful. If you paint outside the lines, you can touch up some of it with white craft paint, but you don't want to go overboard with it, because even though it is white, it does look slightly different than the white poster board. After that, I painted the glue that was showing on the handle in white, and I did the same with the inside of the cardboard mug. And finally, I added little globs of white paint all around the rim of the mug to cover up the corrugation holes and that little gap between the cardboard and the poster board. I let that dry, and then I just painted the entire mug in a coat of gloss glue, and I was done. You'll see the finished product in a second. So there you have it, Doctor Strange's Oh for Fox's Sake mug from Spider-Man No Way Home made completely from cardboard. This project was pretty fun and used up some scraps of cardboard that I've been hoarding. I'm really happy with how it turned out, although the handle is a little fatter than I'd like it to be. If you want, you can also paint the design on an actual mug instead of cardboard. I did that too, and I plan to plant a spider plant in it. Get it? A spider plant? Spider-Man No Way Home? Since this is cardboard cosplay, I wanted to make the mug out of cardboard, and besides, no one really wants to carry around a heavy ceramic mug at a convention anyway. If you're interested, I posted the templates that I made on my website so you can make it too. But yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye!